Hello every butt stallions, handsome Jack Boy here, bringing you guys the first episode to a brand new series here on my channel, which I call the Borderlands Enemies Guide. Woo! Now basically a breakdown of what this series is and what I'm going to be talking about here in this series is basically I'm going to be giving you guys just an in-depth look at the enemies, okay, at every single enemy within Borderlands 1. Now, what I mean by every single enemy is just every single individual enemy. So, if we're going to be talking about bandits, I'm going to have a video on just every single bandit type. I'm not going to be just doing one video where I talk about all the bandits in just one video. I'm going to be doing a video on literally every single enemy. So, a video on the bandit outlaws, the bandit, just all the bandits, the bruisers, just, you know, everything. So in this video I'm going to be talking about Skaggs, and the Skag I'm actually going to be talking about is one of the first Skaggs you actually encounter, and one of the first just enemy types you encounter within Borderlands 1, and that is the Skag Pup. Alrighty guys, so as you can see there on screen, I have a picture of the Skag Pup, or you can call it by its just real name, the Pup Scag. Either way it works, but I'm going to be giving you guys just a quick little brief definition of what Skaggs are. It says Skaggs are large dog-like creatures, easily identified by their strong bony armor plates, aggressive behavior, and distinctive three-jawed mouths. The Pup Scag is actually the easiest Skag in the game. It's pretty obvious because it is the Pup Scag, and I actually wanted to start off with this Skag because it is the weakest. But this guy can actually be pretty tough early level. The Skag doesn't have very much armor. Eventually Skaggs will get harder as you progress through the game. If you start out low level, they'll get harder and harder as you progress. They'll get bigger and more badassier, if that's a word. But this Skag doesn't have very much armor. Normally Skaggs have armor around their head, on their backs and stuff. This one doesn't have much armor, so it's pretty easy to take out. But usually Pup Skaggs come in numbers. And what's nice about Skaggs is that every single Skag has a critical hit spot, and that is their mouths. So when they open their mouth, you can take them out really quick and easy, do a lot of damage. That's really effective on higher level Skaggs and just more bigger Skaggs, like the Alpha Skag, for example. It's really effective. Really effective way to take out Skaggs, especially if you have a good Jacob sniper rifle. You will dispatch them very quickly. In Borderlands 1, the places you can find Pup Scaggs and most other Skaggs are in Arid Badlands, Skag Gully, Lost Cave, Arid Hills, and finally Crazy Earl's Scrapyard. Alrighty guys, so as you can see right here, I'm showing you guys just the Pup Scaggs' basic mechanics, their basic attack mechanics. And these basic mechanics also apply to all the other Skaggs in the game, because all the other Skaggs have these exact same moves, but eventually, you know, as the Skaggs get harder and new types start appearing, they also have new attacks, and sometimes those attacks are specifically just for that certain type of Skag, and that certain type of Skag can only use that attack, but we'll eventually get there. Anyway though, the Pup Scaggs. So, like I said, all the other Skaggs have these attacks that the Pup Scaggs do, and they're pretty basic. So the Skaggs in Borderlands 1, they just like to run at you and eat your face off. Okay, they don't have any guns or anything. They just run at you and eat your face off most of the time. And I noticed the Skag Pups do that more often than all the other Skaggs. They just try to run at you and eat your face off, and yeah. But they also have other attacks, like they try to lunge at you and eat your face off that way, which I will show in a second. It took me a while because they just like to run at you a lot, and I'm pretty sure that is most likely the case. I'm pretty sure it's not just me having a hard time getting them to do other attacks. I think he actually does. That is his main attack, just run at you and eat your face off. So as you can see, he just leaps around, tries to leap at you. And sometimes he'll just spit his tongue out and get you from. He'll still be pretty close to you when he does this, but he'll hit you if you're within a certain distance of him with that long tongue. But yeah, that is the that is the Pup Scag for you. Also, like all Skags, they do open their mouths once in a while and growl at you, and that is also a perfect opportunity to shoot them in their mouths. Now, the best elemental type to use against Skag Pups and the other weaker Skag types in Borderlands 1 is the fire or the incendiary weapon type. The reason being, is pretty obvious, is because, like I was saying earlier, guys, these Skag Pups and the other weaker Skag types in Borderlands 1 do not have that much armor at all, really. This especially goes for these Skag Pups because it's just mainly flesh on them. They don't really have, they do have some armor, and a little bit, which does reduce a little bit of damage, but it's not by much. Like as you can see right now, guys, this Hellfire is obviously doing work. The Hellfire does work on everything. What am I saying? But fire is the best elemental type, hands down, against these weaker Skags, including the Pup Scag. Now, you can really, if you want, you can use any elemental type against the Skags. This especially goes for later levels. You can use really any elemental type because it all is really useful against these Pup Scaggs. But in earlier levels, you won't have access to all the elemental types. The first one you'll probably have access to is fire, and guess what, guys? The best weapon early game against these weaker Skags is the Clipper unique machine pistol, and you get that from killing Nine Toes in early game. So he's the first main boss. So once you get the Clipper, guys, you're having a hard time with these Skags, definitely use that. That is the best, most effective weapon you can use against these Pup Scaggs early game. Alrighty, guys, there's one last thing I want to talk about here before I wrap up this episode. I wanted to say that the enemies' names do change in each playthrough. So in playthrough 1, these Skag Pups are, of course, the Skag Pup. It's their normal name. And then in playthrough 2, they are actually the annoyed Pup Scag. Playthrough 2.5, they are the Colossus Skag, as you can see here from this gameplay there. They're just different names. Their names change in each playthrough, and I wanted to kind of get that out there. I'll do that for all the other episodes and for all the other enemies. But yeah, that basically wraps up this episode, guys. I hope you are enjoying this series so far. I can't wait to release more episodes for you guys and do some more of these videos on the enemies within Borderlands 1, and it's really gonna be cool, guys. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm out of here. Peace.